Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach. Today we're doing another ECOMI VeVe video. Currently, currently the price is... I'm going to be looking at bots in this video because I didn't manage to make it to the last AMA. Here we are, 7101 on a low of 7015 and a high of 7243 over the past 24 hours. Now, I didn't manage to make the last AMA that happened last night. Very rare of me, but hopefully, well, next time I will be able to. There's Valorant for some reason. So we're going to listen to Kyle Wilson's version of it. Thank you, of course, to Kyle for posting about it. A link will be in the description to his channel. But with that being said, here is a part of it, I guess, where Dan speaks a bit about FUD busting, as he calls it.
Now, FUD busting. So a couple of things I just wanted to go through. Obviously, you know, bots have been on the menu socially for a while.
Now, remember, we've spoken about bots on this channel maybe a month ago now, and that was for that was on a different level. Now, over the past week, I would say, I think did we react to Val's video? I can't remember. I think we did. I think we reacted to Val's video where he was showing off some of the proof about how much of this is really going on. Obviously, the proof wasn't actually about how much was going on because we still don't have any data on that specifically. But we saw a lot of WhatsApp, you know, sort of storefronts, if you like, and actual video proof of, you know, auto clickers. So it wasn't looking good. But we obviously don't know the full scale of it still. Even without the full scale of it, it's still not ideal. But anyway.
And I guess I really just wanted to give a little bit more perspective from our side. You know, when dealing with bots, these are something that affect industry-wide, whether it's sneakerheads, whether it's tickets, you know, anything that can be dropped online at a specific time. And ultimately, you know, dealing with bots really is a cat and mouse game or a whack-a-mole game. You know, one pops up, you smash it down. But I just wanted to assure the community that we do use some of the world's top bot protection services out there. These guys already work for, you know, major brands, which are 10, 20, 30 times bigger than VeVe. And they do a very, very good job with that. So, you know, we take all measures that we can on our side to ensure that, you know, we're doing bot protection. Doesn't mean they'll be gone forever, 100%. No, it doesn't. And that because it doesn't work like that in any industry. One of the updates that we made in the last app release is you guys might have seen we've listed all of the usernames in the market. And that is so, you know, if it's more transparent who you're buying off now. And, you know, really from a community perspective, you know, we're doing everything we can on our side. And on a community side, you know, if we're taking measures to not support these bots, you know, assuming the user can be identified as a bot, because it is obviously still a gray area, you know, we should be trying to buy off people who you think are legitimate. And that will obviously become a lot more clear also once we roll out the MPC. Secondly, I just wanted to discuss scaling. You know, VeVe overall runs very, very well, especially considering the massive growth that we've had, especially outside drops. You know, outside a drop.
Before we go to scaling, I want to quickly speak about bots because I do wonder, and I'm not saying it, I mean, I've made it very clear that I believe that there's definitely something going on with bots, right? But I do wonder how that will affect VeVe as a platform generally. VeVe needs consumers and collectors to buy their products and also to have an audience and a user base ready for when the VeVe metaverse is releasing in its first iterations over Q1, I believe, of 2022. Now, if the majority of VeVe's user base is what I think they will be, which will be, it's very similar to gaming again. In gaming, you have the incredibly hardcore player base, oftentimes for games. So Valorant, Fortnite, etc. You have the people who spend most of the time that they have to play video games on that one video game specifically. And they are playing it because they want to get better, whether that's to compete and be social with their friends, or whether that's to actually be at a high level at the game. They will invest their time and energy into becoming the best player that they can be for that specific game. Now, as a YouTuber with a lot of subscribers in Valorant specifically, and in other games too, to be fair, the viewership that you see, which therefore means, in my opinion at least, the interest that you see, the scale and volume of interest compared to the user base. Oftentimes, if you talk about something that's quite niche or quite hardcore, like for example bots, you're going to get the hardcore out. You're going to get the hardcore watching your video, or hardcore, going to your article, whatever it might be that you're putting out there. But oftentimes when it comes down to the newbies, say for example, people who have, never heard of VeVe up until the past month, and Disney have brought in new people, which of course they will have, a lot of them won't be too aware of what's happening. And I think also a lot of them won't be as heavy into the investing side as we are. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay that bots run somewhat rampant. I'm just going over what I think might happen as a result of this. Because I think that, like I say, the people who are new, especially the people who aren't, don't have huge dreams for investing in NFTs in order to make a huge return, which a lot of us are, right? A lot of people in the VeVe community who have been here since day one are crypto people, right? We're investors, a lot of us. But a lot of people who, come from Disney aren't going to be investors. They're going to be fans and collectors. And yes, it's definitely going to be irritating if, the 1 time or the 2 times or the 3 times that you try and get a drop, it's impossible to, but a lot of them won't even be watching videos to know that there's a bot problem. Because the hardcore community of every community like this generally are the only ones who watch YouTube. I know that most of the people who are watching my videos are going to be the hardcore community. Most people watching my videos, or Vel's videos, or Kyle's videos, etc., there'll be some people who are casual for sure. And when I say casual, I mean, maybe maybe new to this, or, don't have, aren't spending every waking hour of their day studying what's going on here, just here for literal fun, which is what this is all meant to be in the first place, generally. They probably won't, in my opinion, have the same level of issues that we have, where we're trying to, we're trying to do something pretty big here, whereas most of these people are literal fans and collectors. They're not looking at bot problems because they're not even aware of the fact that YouTubers for this thing even exists yet. I guarantee you that most of the VeVe collectors probably aren't even aware of how big VeVe is on YouTube. And that's reminiscent of Valorant too. A lot of Valorant players and Fortnite players in most games, most communities, it's only the hardcore that are looking at YouTube for it. I think people forget this, and I think it's important to remember, right? Because at the end of the day, the masses are always going to be the the volume, the highest volume probably of sales. So I might be unpopular with that opinion, by the way, and if I am, go figure.
The system generally runs 99.9% exceptionally very well. When it comes to the drops, we are using the drop model, which we've used from the beginning of the year. And it is, while extremely exhilarating and exciting and creates heart palpitations and all that, it is, in terms of a programmatically way, quite an inefficient way to run a drop. So we will be rolling out a new drop system a little bit later in the year, and I will cover that in the updates in a moment.
Okay, so we'll have a look at that soon. I think there'll be a lot of videos to go on from this. I do want to hear what Dan is talking about from scaling position, because I've been speaking with a few different people within the ECOMI community who are in the know of what's happening, and I think we're all on the same boat as far as scaling is concerned. Which, to be very clear, when we're talking about the same boat as far as scaling is concerned, this is everything we're looking at right now is normal steps and iterations for any tech company to be going through. So, a number of us aren't trying to and don't really want VeVe to announce Pokemon, for example, yet, because of what a lot of us are aware of, but a lot of us seem to aren't aware of still, which is if they bring Pokemon on and we have a sudden surge of 1 million users, especially if they introduce the new Pokemon license with utility, gamification, etc., which realistically, in a way, it inherently will be that, because people who are into Pokemon are already very, very incredibly painfully aware of collecting and the market there, right? So a lot of them will see this as the next frontier for their favorite IP. So a lot of people, I think the conversion from Disney is going to be very small compared to the conversion from Pokemon. I'm not saying that Disney isn't a big brand, it's the biggest, but I'm talking about conversion specifically, right? The people who have come from Disney are really probably hardcore Disney fans, and there'll be a van of them who, were interested in NFTs, and now they've seen this, and it's, it's been a light bulb moment for a lot of people, I'm sure. But Pokemon, people are going to be trying to get, the best they can get, Pokemon users, and, there's millions of them. So, Disney, I heard, we'll go over it later on, but Disney did bring in a lot of people. I don't think that Disney will have brought in, right now at least, in this year's moment, roughly, I don't think it'll bring in anywhere near as much as Pokemon will, from a conversion perspective. So when that happens, VeVe will need to get it, fairly right. Scaling wise, they're going to need to be able to handle millions of users. And currently, they're still new, they're still doing their thing. So, I believe in ECOMI in doing that, but it takes time, so I don't want them to rush it. That being said, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, make sure to subscribe to Kyle Wilson for this. I appreciate him live streaming this. We'll be going over more of this on this channel. If this video was interesting or helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, a like is always much appreciated. What's my outro? If this video was interesting and helpful, and you should form a like, so appreciated. And if you would like to be having in this topic every single day, most time today, this is my channel. I cover everything on every single day. So if you want to be something happening, hit that subscribe button, keep notifications on. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next VeVe video.